Welcome to the Live Free, Love Life podcast, where we discuss how to create more freedom so we can love our lives no matter what we're going through. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Live Free, Love Life podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about 10 life-changing lessons from Taylor Swift. Now, this is a disclaimer here. I am not what I would consider a Swiftie, but I am a Taylor Swift fan because she has some really good music. And the other day, I was listening to a Taylor Swift song, the one that goes, "It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me." And I thought, this one sentence, when used correctly, could completely change your life. And then I immediately wanted to make sure everyone knew how to use it correctly. And by correctly, I mean use it to break free rather than use it to keep yourself trapped, because it could go either way. And then my next thought was, how fun would it be to do 10 lessons from Taylor Swift for my podcast? And here we are. So without further ado, here are 10 transformative lessons from Taylor Swift that can help you break free and live your best life. And again, these are not necessarily the best 10 lessons, and they're not the only 10 lessons. There are probably lots of lessons. These are just the ones that I picked out, just off the fly. So if you have other Taylor Swift lessons that you want to let me know about, please do reach out and share them with me. So number one, let's do the one that this all started with. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. The trap that some of us humans find ourselves falling into is blaming others and making ourselves a victim. And the path to freedom out of that trap is taking responsibility. Now, as an adult, the only thing that keeps you stuck or trapped is you. You truly are the problem. And she says, "Hi, it's me. I'm the problem." And that's true. You truly are the problem. Now, that doesn't mean there aren't external obstacles in your way, but obstacles can be cleared, opening up a way to move forward. The shackles, the things that keep us stuck and tied down in our lives, are of our own making. So let's talk about this sentence specifically in relationships. Remember the 3 pillars in my program: cherish, acceptance, and responsibility. Now think of this as a 3-legged stool. If one of the legs is missing, or even if it's shorter than the other 2, you topple over. This is where the whole do it correctly comes in. If you use this sentence without cherishing yourself, you are doing it wrong. This is not about blaming ourselves for other people's bad behavior. It is not about justifying their bad behavior at our own expense. And it's definitely not allowing ourselves to be abused or mistreated. If you are doing any of these things, you aren't cherishing yourself, which means you aren't using it correctly. So, how do you use this sentence? Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. How do you use this sentence while cherishing yourself? You take responsibility for anything you can take responsibility for, anything that is actually yours, without self-judgment. Take responsibility for what you are making their behavior mean, for how you feel about it, for how you're showing up, for who you are being in the relationship, for your words, for your tone of voice and your body language, for choosing to be in relationships or not, and for how you allow yourself to be treated. The more you approach your relationships with this sentence as your focus, while cherishing yourself, the better your relationships will be. When you focus on the other person as the problem, you really are stuck, because we can't control other people. We try and we fail over and over and over again. If they are the problem, you're screwed, because they may or may not change, and there isn't much you can do about it. But if you're the problem, you have all the power. This means you can completely transform your relationship and your experience without them having to change. This is freedom. So here are some steps to break free from this trap. Number 1, self-reflection. Regularly reflect on your behavior and thoughts to understand your role in any situation. We could also call this self-confrontation, meaning truly look at yourself in the mirror and look at who you are being. Look at your part. Again, we've dropped the self-judgment. We are doing this from a clean place of evaluation. Okay. Number 2, mindful communication. Communicate your needs and feelings clearly and without blame. Number 3, personal accountability. Hold yourself accountable for your actions and reactions without self-judgment. And number 4, empowerment. Recognize your ability to change and take proactive steps to improve your circumstances. All right, lesson number 2 from Taylor Swift. Shake it off. The trap is giving too much weight to what other people think about you. The path to freedom is cherish. You will notice that each of these paths to freedom is one of the 3 pillars. It's always either going to be cherish, acceptance, or responsibility, because those are the 3 paths that lead to freedom, and freedom is the only condition for happiness. So the path to freedom for shake it off is cherish. You have to love yourself enough to remember how amazing you are and give yourself permission to let their opinions go. Shake it off teaches us to let go of the negative opinions and judgments of others. It's about cherishing yourself enough to know that your worth is not determined by what others think. When we give too much weight to others' opinions, we allow them to dictate our self-worth and happiness. This trap can keep us from living authentically and pursuing our true desires. By focusing on self-love and cherishing who we are, we can let go of the negativity and embrace our unique selves. So here are your steps to break free. Number 1, affirm your worth. Remind yourself daily of your strengths and your good qualities. Number 2, set boundaries. Limit your exposure to negative influences and protect your mental space. And number 3, focus on self-love. Engage in activities that make you feel good about yourself. Lesson number 3 from Taylor Swift. When I was drowning, that's when I could finally breathe. The trap here is avoiding negative emotions, which so many of us humans do. And it's not our fault. We were not taught to do it any other way. In fact, most of us were taught to avoid our emotions. The path to freedom is acceptance. Stop resisting and let yourself feel it. The only way out is through. I'm going to read this sentence again. When I was drowning, that's when I could finally breathe. Avoiding negative emotions can lead to even greater distress. Embracing and accepting these emotions allows us to process and move through them, leading to healing and growth. Often we resist negative emotions because they're uncomfortable. They don't feel good. However, by allowing ourselves to fully experience and accept these feelings, we can find relief and clarity. This acceptance is key to emotional resilience and freedom. Here are your steps to break free. Number 1, mindfulness practice. Sit with your emotions and feel them without judgment. Number 2, express your feelings. Write in a journal, talk to a trusted friend, do whatever you need to do. Number 3, seek support. Consider coaching or therapy to help process deep emotions. Okay, lesson number 4 from Taylor Swift. How many days did I spend thinking about how you did me wrong, wrong, wrong? Lived in the shade you were throwing till all of my sunshine was gone, gone, gone. The trap is letting people who hurt us keep hurting us. I mean, really, we're hurting ourselves, but we're letting their behavior hurt us over and over and over again. And we're letting ourselves be a victim. The path to freedom is responsibility. Choose to let it go. Choose forgiveness as a gift you give yourself. If you don't feel comfortable with the word forgiveness, just choose to let it go. Choose to let the pain go. Choose to let the hurt go. Choose to let all the thoughts about it go for yourself. Holding on to grudges and letting past hurts define us can keep us trapped in a cycle of pain. Choosing to let go and forgive is not about condoning the behavior, but freeing ourselves from its hold. Forgiveness is a powerful tool for personal freedom. It allows us to reclaim our power and move forward without the baggage of past hurts. This doesn't mean forgetting or condoning, but rather choosing to no longer let it control our emotions and actions. These steps to break free. Number 1, acknowledge your pain. Understand the impact of the hurt. Number 2, decide to forgive. Make a conscious decision to forgive for your own peace. And number 3, release the hurt. Use techniques like writing a forgiveness letter, you don't have to send it, to release the pain. Lesson number 5 from Taylor Swift. We're happy, free, confused, and lonely at the same time. It's miserable and magical. One of the traps us humans fall into is thinking we're supposed to be happy all of the time, and that when we're not, something has gone wrong. The path to freedom is acceptance. Embrace and be willing to feel all human emotions. None of them are bad. They're just part of the human experience. It's okay that we feel them. And we're supposed to feel a mix. It's 50-50, positive and negative. Believing we should be happy all the time sets unrealistic expectations and can lead to disappointment. Embracing the full range of human emotions allows us to live more authentically and deeply. Life is a mix of emotions, and each one has its place. By accepting that it's okay to feel happy, sad, confused, or lonely, we can navigate life's ups and downs more effectively and with greater compassion for ourselves. Here are your steps to break free. 1, embrace emotions. Allow yourself to feel without labeling emotions as good or bad. 2, reflect and learn. Use each emotional experience as a learning opportunity. Emotions are messages from ourselves. Listen to the message. Number 3, practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself during emotional lows. Lesson number 6 from Taylor Swift. Never be so polite you forget your power. Never wield such power you forget to be polite. The trap, this is a two-pronged trap. It's either people-pleasing on one side or self-centeredness on the other. The path to freedom is cherish. Play in the middle where you can love yourself and you can love them. You don't have to be on one extreme or the other. One extreme chooses them over you. The other extreme chooses you over them. What if we could play in the middle and love us both? Balancing assertiveness and kindness is key to healthy relationships. Neither people-pleasing nor self-centeredness serves us in the long run. Learning to advocate for ourselves while maintaining respect for others creates balanced and fulfilling relationships. It's about finding a balance that honors your needs and those of others. These steps to break free. Assertive communication. Practice expressing your needs clearly and respectively. Set boundaries. Know your limits and communicate them. And practice empathy. Understand others' perspectives without losing sight of your own. Lesson number 7 from Taylor Swift. I bet you got pushed around. Somebody made you cold, but the cycle ends right now because you can't lead me down that road. The trap many of us find ourselves into is letting ourselves be a victim of other people's bad behavior. The path to freedom is taking responsibility. Take your power back. Breaking free from victimhood involves reclaiming your power and choosing to not let past experiences dictate your future. Victimhood can become comfortable, but a limiting identity. By taking responsibility for our lives and decisions, we empower ourselves to create positive change and break negative cycles. These steps to break free are: 1, acknowledging your power. Recognize where you have control in your life. It is so much more than you think you do. Number 2, make empowered choices. Decide how you want to respond to challenges. And number 3, focus on growth. Use past experiences as lessons for growth rather than reasons to stay stuck. Lesson number 8 from Taylor Swift. You're the only one of you, baby. That's the fun of you. The trap is thinking you should be different than you are. It's judging yourself. It's beating up on yourself. It's truly just thinking that you're not perfect just as you are. The path to freedom, again, is cherish. Embrace your unique brilliance and let yourself shine. Comparison can rob us of joy. Embracing our unique qualities and strengths allows us to shine and live authentically. Everyone has unique gifts and talents. By focusing on what makes us special, we can live more fulfilling lives and contribute our best to the world. These steps to break free. 1, self-discovery. Spend time understanding your strengths and passions. Maybe go do some personality tests, study the Enneagram, figure out what makes you uniquely and brilliantly you. Number 2, celebrate uniqueness. Regularly acknowledge and celebrate what makes you unique, which is what makes you you. Celebrate it. And number 3, live authentically. Make choices that reflect your true self and not what others expect. Lesson number 9 from Taylor Swift. And you've got your demons, and darling, they all look like me. Here is a trap. It is thinking that our intimate relationships are supposed to be easy. We've all heard of people who get divorced because they think that there's something wrong with their marriage because it's harder than they thought it would be. They're like, no, marriage is supposed to be easier than this, which means must be something wrong with this one, so I need to get out. That is a trap. The path to freedom is acceptance. It is embracing the truth that our partners are there to help us heal, which means they are excellent at triggering us. One of my very favorite relationship gurus is Terry Real. And listen to this quote. Few things can trigger us or make us go crazy like our intimate relationships can. Love is like a roto-rooter. It will push every button you own. It will bring up to the surface every unhealed wound and fissure that is lodged inside your body. Nothing stimulates hurt quite the way love does. As we shall see, we all marry our unfinished business. And when he talks about unfinished business, he means our childhood trauma, the things that we have not yet healed and worked through. Relationships, especially marriages, are not always easy, and they're not supposed to be. Accepting that our partners trigger us as part of our growth can transform how we approach challenges. Seeing challenges in relationships as opportunities for growth helps us navigate conflicts with more grace and more understanding. It's about embracing the journey together, knowing it's okay to have ups and downs, knowing it's normal to have these triggers, for each of us to be the perfect trigger for the other. Marriage or long-term relationships, they are the curriculum. They are the tools that we can use to become our best selves. The steps to break free. Number 1, reflect on your triggers. Explore why certain behaviors triggered you and work on healing those past hurts. Because remember, the triggers are really bringing up things from the past. So it brings it up so that you can heal it and work on it. There's nothing wrong with that. Notice the trigger, explore it, see where it came from, and then work on healing it. Number 2, open communication. Talk openly with your partner about your feelings. And number 3, have a growth mindset. View challenges as opportunities to grow individually and as a couple. And lesson number 10 from Taylor Swift. And the saddest fear comes creeping in that you never loved me or her or anyone or anything. One of the traps that I see a lot of people falling into is making someone else's ability to love them mean something about their lovability. The path to freedom is cherish. You are 100% lovable no matter what you do or you don't do. And someone else's ability to love you doesn't change that. It cannot change that. It does not, someone else's inability to love you does not define your worth. Your lovability is intrinsic and not dependent on others' actions or feelings. Understanding that you are inherently lovable builds self-worth and resilience. It allows you to form healthier relationships based on mutual respect and love. So here are the steps to break free. 1, affirm your worth. Regularly remind yourself that you are lovable just as you are. Number 2, have a self-love practice. Engage in activities that reinforce your self-worth. And number 3 is healthy relationships. Surround yourself with people who respect and appreciate you. So those are our 10 lessons from Taylor Swift. And here are some questions for you to consider. Which of these traps do you find yourself falling into most often? Why do you think you're choosing that? What steps could you take on the path to freedom? And what patterns do you see for yourself? Did you notice one pillar stands out from the others in regard to where you struggle? These lessons, inspired by Taylor Swift, highlight the importance of cherishing yourself, accepting your emotions, taking responsibility for your life. By embracing these paths to freedom, you can transform your relationships and your overall experience, creating a life that aligns with your true desires and values. Remember, the power to change lies within you. Live free, love life.
Thank you for watching this episode of Live Free, Love Life. Please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to like, comment, and share. See you next time.